Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we talk about aphasia, we must first clear up a very common confusion. Many people mix up aphasia with dysarthria, but they're not the same thing. Aphasia is a problem of language. That means the brain has trouble understanding language, producing language, or both. The muscles of the mouth may be perfectly fine, but the brain cannot organize language correctly. Dysarthria, on the other hand, is a problem of speech muscles. The brain knows exactly what it wants to say, but the muscles of the tongue, lips, or face are weak or poorly controlled. So, speech sounds unclear. So, the key difference is this: aphasia is a language problem, dysarthria is a motor or muscle problem. This difference is extremely important in medicine because it tells us where the brain damage is and how we should treat the patient.
Here's the easiest way to tell aphasia from dysarthria. Look at the handwriting. In aphasia, language itself is damaged, so patients have trouble speaking and writing. Their words do not make sense or they cannot write properly. In dysarthria, language is normal. The problem is only the speech muscles. So speech is blurred, but writing is clear. So remember, aphasia, speaking and writing are both affected. In dysarthria, speaking is affected and writing is normal.
Now, let's talk about Broca aphasia. Broca's area is located in the inferior frontal gyrus of the dominant hemisphere, usually the left side. When this area is damaged, the patient has great difficulty producing speech. They understand what you're saying, but they cannot easily respond. Their speech is non-fluent, slow, broken, and forceful. They may say only one or two words at a time, like eat, food, home. But even though they speak poorly, their understanding is mostly intact. This type of aphasia often happens when the superior division of the middle cerebral artery is affected by a stroke. So, in Broca aphasia, speech is non-fluent, comprehension is good, and the patient is usually frustrated because they know what they want to say but they cannot say it. Now let's move to Wernicke aphasia. Wernicke's area is located in the superior temporal gyrus. When this area is damaged, speech becomes fluent but meaningless. The patient talks easily, smoothly, and with normal rhythm, but the words do not make sense. For example, they may say, "The blue chair sings happiness under the window." The sentence sounds fluent, but it has no meaning. The biggest problem here is comprehension. The patient does not understand spoken language well, and they often do not realize that their speech is wrong. This usually happens when the inferior division of the middle cerebral artery is affected. So, in Wernicke aphasia, speech is fluent, meaning is poor, comprehension is poor. The patient often lacks insight into their problem. Conduction aphasia happens when the connection between Broca and Wernicke areas is damaged. This connection is called the arcuate fasciculus. In this type, the patient can speak fluently and understand language well, but they cannot repeat words or sentences. For example, if you say apple and ask them to repeat it, they find it difficult to repeat it. So, in conduction aphasia, speech is fluent, comprehension is good, repetition is very poor. This shows how important communication pathways inside the brain are. Now let's talk about transcortical aphasias. These are special types because repetition is preserved. Transcortical motor aphasia is similar to Broca aphasia. The patient has non-fluent speech, but they can repeat sentences very well. Transcortical sensory aphasia is similar to Wernicke aphasia. The patient speaks fluently but without meaning and has poor understanding. But surprisingly, they can repeat long sentences perfectly. This shows that repetition uses special pathways that can remain intact even when language areas are damaged. Global aphasia is the most severe form. Here, both Broca and Wernicke areas are damaged. This usually happens in a very large stroke of the middle cerebral artery. The patient has very little speech, very poor understanding, poor repetition. They may only say one or two sounds or simple words. Communication becomes extremely difficult, and patients need strong family and medical support. Let's summarize everything in a simple way. Broca aphasia, non-fluent speech, good comprehension. Wernicke aphasia, fluent speech, poor comprehension. Conduction aphasia, fluent speech, good comprehension, poor repetition. Transcortical motor, like Broca, but repetition is good. Transcortical sensory, like Wernicke, but repetition is good. Global aphasia, everything is severely impaired. Thanks for watching. If this video intrigued you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me next time as we uncover more mysteries of medicine. See you next time.